guys, today I'm going to talk about something that I've been getting a lot of questions about, and people have been asking me a lot of different, basically questions about. And that is the 8-speed in the Ram, is the 8-speed vulnerable in the Ram, the Scat Pack, the 8 HP70? Because I actually broke it, and broke not the internals, I shared off the output shaft. First thing I'm going to tell you is, no, I do not think their 8-speed is vulnerable at all. I don't think it's going to break or any internals are going to get shattered or anything like that, because what happened to me is, like, I'm not going to say a freak of nature. It's just something that easily could have been prevented. And I think for what happened to my transmission, sharing off the output shaft, happened for, I think for two different reasons. We all know it happened because of wheel hop. Wheel hop was the main issue, was the only issue that actually made it happen. It probably hopped so hard that it sheared it off. And then I went again at the racetrack and did the same thing. I let off and it just sheared it off the second time. Because the first run, wheel hopped really hard. I got out of it, got back in it, still finished the race. And I still went like a low 13. This was in full weight too. But the second pass, I thought maybe I spun. I wasn't too sure what was going on. This is all in 4-wheel drive. Now the third pass. The first pass is actually somewhat of a clean pass. The third pass is when it broke, and I tried to go again, sent it, freaking smashed it, wheel hopped even harder this time, and I let off, but it was too late, and the output shaft was broke. I thought maybe the rear was blown at the time, or the transfer cases, which I was really hoping it was. You know, I hope it was a transfer case. That would have been a much less expensive of a fix. But no, I broke the output shaft. And a couple people with very high horsepower Rams were a little curious after I told them it was the transmission, not the transfer case, if that they had something to worry about with their vehicle. And I'm going to say no. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Two reasons why I think it broke is, it was starting with the wheel hop, and because I launched in 4-wheel drive, my truck still squats hard, and it unloads on the front a little bit, and obviously lifting up the front tires, you know, I'm not lifting it up, but it, you know, on an angle, it still launches hard and squats, that my truck wheel hop the front wheels, and my tires, I know, are very bald. They're bald, and I think that had a lot to do with it too. And being at the track, sticky and bald, I think they were hopping instead of gripping. That's my second theory of why this happened, but I don't think anything's going to happen. I'm afraid to risk it in 4-wheel drive at the racetrack now. I am going to go in 2-wheel drive with the slicks, because I've never had an issue with wheel hop with my slicks. But I did get the Core 4x4 lever control arms, and they're on the truck right now, and they are absolutely great. And I want to thank everyone, thank the guy that, again, thank him for sending me the gift card to get them. And I got something else special coming for you guys very, very shortly. You'll see on the next video or so about that. But, yeah, there are guys with a lot more power in their Rams that have no problem. Matt Fekak from Moe's is running like 800 horsepower in his transmission. It's supposed to be a built transmission of ours, but I don't know much about it. Jay Green, he's probably running 600 to the wheels in his NA Monster. There's guys spraying 200 shot of nitrous. There's so many more much more powerful vehicles than mine that have no transmission issues. The only issue I had was the wheel hop, broke it off. And also, this is the exact same transmission in the Scat Packs. And there's some very high horsepower Scat Packs out there that are running ridiculous power that have not had an issue with the transmission. So those are a bunch of the reasons I think that the transmission is fine. I don't think anyone has to worry about anything. I think everyone will be fine with the 8-speed transmission. Just because I broke it doesn't mean everyone's going to break it. Wheel hopping is what broke it. And if you're at the track and you start wheel hopping, get out of it fast. Because That's what happened to me. I tried to get out of it. I didn't get out of it fast enough, and my truck paid the price for it. And my truck was down about 4 weeks till I could get it all up and running. I probably could have got it fixed a little faster, but I was away, so 4 weeks it took me to get everything up and running and find the right transmission for the right price. You know what I mean? I couldn't get a brand new one because they're $6,500. So there you go. And I just want to let everyone know this truck will be back at the track very, very soon. I don't know exactly when I can get a chance to get there, but working non-stop, and I don't get home till late, and I go in very early. Being in the construction business, that's how it is. Also, with the amount of passes that I have on this truck and the stock transmission, when I counted my time slips, I have well over 200 time slips. I have every one still. And one day I went through counting them all just to look. I did this before it broke, to see how many passes I had. And I've had over 200 passes on this truck, and never an issue. So that's why that's why the transmission will be absolutely fine. Nothing's going to be wrong. And there's guys that have just as much as me, if not more. There's guys close to me, guys that run their scat packs great all day long. That's the same transmission. The only difference between mine and a two-wheel drive is the tail shaft is a little bit different, but the actual transmission is the same. And I think you can take the tail shaft and switch them. I'm not too sure, but that's really, you know, the only big difference between mine and a two-wheel drive Ram's tail shaft transmission. I'm not too sure if they're the exact identical tail shafts for the you know, the scat packs and the Chargers and stuff like that, but even all the regular 5.7 Hemis, they all got the if you have the 8-speed, they all have the 8-speed 70, and people have run these things like crazy. So, you know, there's so many people, so many guys out there with so many passes on these things running in the street and everything. The only thing I don't suggest, which, you know, a lot of people in the 6 speeds I think have had the same problem implementing them, or the 5 speeds, whatever, is like downshifting at wide open throttle and just gunning it. I don't know if anyone's really had problems with it in the 8 speeds, but I know in the 5 and 6 speeds I have. I wouldn't recommend that anyway. I wouldn't do that in this truck anyway. I don't really roll race anybody, so that's not, you know, have I done it? Yes, of course. Everyone's played around a little bit, had a little bit of fun, especially if you have a modded truck. Like me, I have a very highly modded vehicle, so I had a little fun sometimes. And, you know, we, you know, play on a, you know, little couple rolls, nothing crazy. But most of the time, it's all at the track. That's where I like to be, and you know, that's where you're going to get most of your beating on your vehicle to see what will last or what won't last. And I think the transmission's fine. The new one's in, and it's great. And it'll be fun to get this thing back down to the track and see what kind of times it can pull off, especially with these new Core 4x4 control arms. Because just driving around the little accelerator, you feel the rear plant with them. You can feel it. It's a much smoother ride and it feels smoother. Just to drive on the highway feels smoother. It's a smoother overall ride. And once I get the uppers put in, then it'll be even smoother, and I think it'll plan even better. And maybe eventually I will run 4-wheel drive again. I don't know. I don't even know if they have front control arms. I'm not gonna lie, I've never looked, or it didn't cross my mind. But I'm going to check and see, and if, you know, whatever I can, because possibly I can run 4-wheel drive again and not have to worry about wheel hop and be scared shitless of what can happen. But I do know a lot of guys that are running 4-wheel drive that have a hell of a lot more power through transfer cases that don't have wheel hop issues. Boosted F-150 does it all the time. He runs nothing but 4-wheel drive, and he doesn't wheel hop. So maybe, and I know he's a hell of a lot faster than me. I'm trying to run him one day for fun. I know he's going to destroy me, but I do want to run him because he's one of my boys. He's a cool dude. And I talk to him. But yeah, he doesn't wheel hop. He just straight hits it. He doesn't spin it off. I actually still spin a little bit. So who knows? Until the next time, have a good one. Peace. Still sounds good, even if she doesn't move.